Hey, working class hustlers, this your main man, La Machine. I got a question for all of those who sell on Amazon or who are thinking about selling on Amazon. I got a question for you. And the question is, what would you do if you went into your Seller Central account, checked your buyer messages, and you saw this? Now, for those of you who aren't looking, I cannot repeat exactly what I'm putting here, but if you're following along and you're reading this, what you can see is this is a message from an angry customer. So that is what this video is going to be about. I'm going to be talking about it because this was a message that I got. So I got a message from an angry customer. So let's talk about it. And to do that, as always, I have my sidekick, the lovely Miss Karen. Say hi to the working class hustlers out there. Thank you. Thank you. So, this is something that happens. If you sell on any platform, eventually you're going to run across an angry customer, and they can be, I want to say, they can be pretty expressive. The language can be colorful. And that elicits feelings, right? We all have feelings. So how would you feel if you got a message like that? Let's talk about it. And remember, we want to know how you feel. So do leave comments. Let us know any experiences that you've had with angry customers, because we could all benefit. Now, and don't forget, make sure you pay attention because there's going to be a quiz. I've been doing this for quite a while, so I have a certain thought process. It's a little strategic. So at a certain point in this video, I'm going to give you a pop quiz. So again, getting right into it. This was the message from my customer. Now, Karen, if you had gotten a message like that, what do you think your first reaction would be?
Panic.
Panic?
Truthfully?
Yeah. Why would you panic?
It would really stress me because obviously this buyer has used all caps. They've used profane language. It feels like an assault, like an attack.
Right. Well, let me just I understand your feelings. Now, for those of you who follow the working class hustlers, I tend to have a more laid back approach. My sidekick, well, she has a bit more angst, a little more apprehension. So that's great for the hustlers, right? Because you get your yin and your yang with us. But let me tell you, a lot of customer relations deals with human psychology. So I don't get too excited about it because I understand when I see a message like that, I know that's coming from a place of anger. The customer is upset, and we're going to dissect that a little bit, but I don't take that personal. You have to understand when a customer is upset, they need someone to release that negative energy on, and you're the one who's going to get it. And they don't care what the problem is. In their minds, they gave the money to you. Now, if you sell on Amazon like we do, well, you realize, no, it wasn't us because we didn't get the credit card. We didn't process anything. We are a third party member in all of this, okay? Mm-hmm. And if you ain't sure, if you're ever in question about whose customer that is, get it twisted and Amazon will check you with the quickness. It's not your customer. Let them find out you trying to go behind their back and do something, and you're going to learn real quick. But Amazon is fine letting the customer think that it's you and letting the customer attack you. and letting the customer think that you swiped their credit card and you cheated them and this, that, and the
Uh-huh.
third. So I don't really get excited. But let's go to the next phase because I want you guys to know what I did. So the first thing I did was I checked the tracking. Let me see because the before I even responded, I wanted to know what's going on here. Mind you, the customer never said why they wanted their money back. They just said, "Give me my money back." I don't know what happened. So the first thing I did was check tracking, and this is what I saw. I saw that the package had been delivered, and UPS was so nice, they even gave a photo. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to that. Now I have information. I know that the package was delivered. So here's your pop quiz. You already know at this point the package was delivered. What do you say to the customer next? Karen?
Well, I've got to ask for some more information because in that first communication, they didn't tell you, what they purchased, why they want their money back, what precisely is the problem, what's going on, what happened.
Good answer. So what you want to know at this point is what happened. So this is what I said. Here's my next correspondence with the angry customer. I said, "I'm sorry. Can you be a little more specific and tell us exactly what's wrong?" Now, again, this was the quiz to those sellers that are out there. Okay. Mind you, at this point, I already know the package was delivered. I don't know what the problem is, but you notice I never divulged the knowledge that I had. I never said, "Hey, can you be a little more specific? We can see that the product was delivered. Here's the tracking. Here's the picture." I never said any of that, right? Think about that. Why? Go ahead, Karen.
Well, what I
Why
really
do you
do
think I
like,
didn't?
well, before I even address that, I want to say I think it's helpful, really helpful, that before you even know what the problem is or if it's whose fault or whatever, you said, "I'm sorry," because this person is angry. And so when you say, "I'm sorry," it gives the customer the impression that you care, that you're taking some responsibility, even though you don't even know what is going on. But I think that was very helpful. Um,
And if that's great, I didn't even think about that. I'm just naturally a nice person like that. So, but I'm glad you brought that up because for those of you who say no, I ain't sorry for nothing. I've just been attacked and didn't even do anything except what I was paid to do. Even if you don't feel sorry, you know, what you can do is you can feel sorry that they're upset. How about that? Find a way to get out of your feelings or at least be empathetic. It goes a long way.
yeah.
Now, what would you say? Why did I choose not to divulge the knowledge that I already have? I already know that it was delivered and I got the proof. I never said it. All I said was, "Can you be more specific? Why do you think I didn't show my hand?"
Well, I'm not really sure, except that you're trying to glean information from them. You don't want to reveal your hand.
Bingo. So think about it, hustlers. Why wouldn't I want to reveal my hand? The reason I would not want to divulge any information is because you do have people out there who are trying to get over. They have learned that they can get a refund by just complaining. And what you don't want to do is say, "Hey, Here's my hand. I know the product was delivered. Now the scammer says, okay, I'm demanding my money back. Now he knows the product was delivered. What can I say now? It was damaged. It wasn't the right product. It was this, it was that. Get the customer to commit to what the actual problem is. If you leave it open and show your hand, then they can find something wrong. And you never got them to commit until they already knew what you had. You see what I'm saying? You don't know who you're dealing with. We make no assumptions, but we protect ourselves. Okay? So watch what happened then. So this is what the customer said at this point. I never got my package. I want my money back. I don't even know why I paid $23.99 plus shipping for bags that are $2.50 in the store. It's ridiculous. I'm extremely angry and I'm never buying them on here again. Now, see, now we have more information, right? What information do we have? They're saying they never got the package. And now we know why they're angry. They're angry at themselves. Notice the customer said, I don't even know why I paid $23.99. They're acknowledging that they made the decision. Because you'll get some customers that want to act like they didn't make the decision. No, there must be accountability. Okay, you made the decision. It's a free market. Okay, ain't nobody put a gun to your head and made you buy it. She's mad because she doesn't know why she paid that much. I know why. Because she was lazy. She was lazy. She didn't want to go to the store. Otherwise, she would have did it. Convenience costs money. The customer is not thinking, because on all my listings, I go with the business model where I offer free shipping. And then I raise the price to cover it. Shipping costs. Hustlers know that. Working class hustlers know it is very expensive nowadays to ship things. The customer doesn't care. The customer wants the same price that they can get in the store, and they want someone else to cover getting it to them. And they don't see the expense there, and they don't want the expense there. The customer wants everything, but in this world, you can't always get everything. But I understood the customer. The customer was angry at herself. It's okay. So at this point, there's one more thing I gotta do. And this is the reason I really wanted to make this video was to help some sellers out here and give them some insight on how to word things. Now watch, pay attention to the next part of this. I said, understood. Did you get a chance to check the tracking? According to UPS, they delivered yesterday at 1:09 p.m. and they provided proof, as you can see in the attached photo. Have you checked with any other members of the household in case it was picked up and brought in? If not, then can you please provide us with a good phone number where UPS can reach you, because they will want to call you during the claims process. Sorry for the inconvenience. Now, I want you guys, take a picture of this if you need to. Put this in your canned responses, because this will weed out people who just, a lot of your scammers, they're going to take the path of least resistance. They're buying online all the time. And so if you're giving them too much work, they just on to the next victim. They got plenty of them. You know what I mean? And there's so many companies, especially the bigger ones, they just auto refund, auto whatever, and they don't even question it. So at the first sign of any real resistance, they'll just leave. This is a great response I have found to weed out potential fraud. This is letting them know, hey, we got proof. We got the tracking, we got the picture. And if you're really serious about this, give me a good number, because someone's going to call you and they're going to want to talk to you. They're going to want to interview you. Okay. And see, that's enough to make a person say, hey, they usually just go poof. You get crickets, and that's the end of it. Now, what ended up happening, now, obviously, we can't show the number. We wouldn't want to do that. But the response was, I did look around the property and ask my husband. He did not bring it in. My phone number is ... Now, at that point, I knew the customer was being honest. Number one, I knew there was probably only 2 people in the household. Number two, they gave the phone number. That means they're ready to be interviewed, to have dialogue. And at that point, I went ahead and just refunded the customer and went on about my business. So I guess I should have asked you, Karen, have you ever had an irate customer like that?
Not like that. Thankfully, not like that. And I hope I never do. I do want to say what's a little bit interesting about this is that there's proof of delivery, there's a photograph, and you're saying that you think that this customer legitimately did not receive the package. As I think back on that photo, it looked like an apartment door to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so perhaps what really did happen is one of the neighbors took a 5-finger discount.
You know, I didn't look at that. It looks like it's inside. It's in an apartment. Somebody snatched it.
Yeah, 5 fingers discount, $3.99.
Somebody ate her spicy corn chips.
Somebody took her spicy corn chips. And it
cool.
is also interesting that even provided with the evidence of delivery, this person did not say, well, yeah, I guess that is my door. Okay. And so what it says, and what we have to understand as sellers, is that we really are responsible until it gets into their hands. So if it's delivered and someone picks it up, then ultimately it still comes back to us and we have to do something to resolve it.
Yes. And although hustlers, I know the feeling. I get sick and tired of it. I feel like, okay, why am I taking responsibilities for this? Did I put on did I jump in a brown truck and drive across the country to deliver this? No.
No.
But, we are the first line. We're the ones that we're going to take it.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this, Karen. I mean, it's nice being UPS. It's nice being FedEx. It's nice being the United States Post Office, because the customer never grabs the postman and shakes them up and says, what happened to my package? No, they come to us.
Yes, they do. And the customer did not say, again, they were presented with the evidence. They did not come back with, well, that's not my door at all. They did not say, they didn't claim that. All they claimed was, I didn't get it. So,
right. So
Brown might have delivered to the absolute correct door. But the customer is saying, but because I didn't get it, it's on you. Period.
Correct. Now, another reason, I will say this, UPS has started getting real funny as far as processing claims. Now, you guys know I sell a lot of snack foods. So when I do a claim with UPS, it's not for that much. Okay, a bag of chips is $2.50. They usually come in a bundle. Most of the time, my claims are literally under $10, and they usually auto refund, process the claim in my favor. They started getting real funny about that. And so then I started giving the customer more pushback. But what I've seen here recently is UPS has become a lot more lenient in giving me my awarding me my claims. I don't know. You're not really submitting claims too tough, right?
I have been very successful in with submitting claims to USPS, to the post office. I've been very successful there. Never had any problems. But I have not submitted claims to UPS. I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit more challenging with UPS. But
I find it more challenging with USPS. In fact, to me, they make it hard to even find where to click to do it. Have they started taking pictures of packages the way UPS has?
I haven't filed a claim in quite some time, but they sometimes do. Yes, I think they do.
Okay.
Absolutely. I
Now
think
there
they
have
do
been
now.
times. There's been times where I wanted to say something slick to a customer like, yes, we understand you live in a ratchet ghetto neighborhood, so I wanted to say
Go
that.
knock on your neighbor's door and ask him. You know your neighbors.
Check your ring cam. No, hustlers,
No, we
don't
can't do
forget.
that.
Again, we put this video out to help you. And if you ever need any more help in areas like that, or if there's anything we can do, text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you just have a quick question, if there's anything you want to discuss, we would be delighted to just help you out and send you on your way. So do not hesitate. That's what we're here for. And again, don't forget, hustlers, make sure you leave a comment. Some of you guys are experienced, just as experienced as we are, and you have your own stories and anecdotes that we could all benefit from. So do the working class hustlers of America and all across the globe a favor. Share. That's what this is all about. We're a family, right? We got to act like it. All right, guys. For the lovely Miss Karen, I am Horace, aka La Machine. And we are out of here until the next video. Say bye-bye.
See you next time.